Nobody's in here yet, but I just caught a fish on my very first cast. I just caught a fish on my first cast on the crankbait. I'm gonna try to get in there and get another one. I'm right on the edge of this dock right here. Whoever that is, I just caught a fish on my first cast on the crankbait on the end of that dock. That's fishing, man. What's up, y'all? I waited to start streaming and I caught a fish on my very first cast. I was gonna wait to see if I was gonna fish here to start streaming, but this looks like it's gonna be a decent ordeal. When I say my very first cast, I caught a fish on the first cast. Of course, I didn't have it on camera. I was gonna wait till I started fishing a little bit. I got a picture of it though. It was a little 2-pounder. Caught it on the crankbait, but I think I'm gonna switch up real quick to bass fishing now. I'm sorry, Cali Bass. I'm doing what you said not to do. I'm throwing on the shaky head just because there's a lot of cover here and I don't want to get snagged. Hopefully I run into a snakehead today. That would be awesome. I kind of burned this spot up though after I caught that fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and move along on the drift. I'm fishing right now, there's a lot of old junk in the water, like old pilings, old docks, wood, and there's some deeper water. This whole area is surrounded by a big shallow flat. And I was looking on the map. I was gonna go to a different area today, and I was like, this is perfect. Actually, a guy on Facebook put me on to this. The guy on Facebook was just like, go up this creek. And I was like, I just took a look at it because I was like, you know, I thought it was crazy because this creek is so shallow. And I caught a fish on my very first cast here, so that hasn't been a good deal for me lately. On other days, like catching fish on my first cast, not a very good thing for me. Because then I won't catch any more. But let's see. Let's see how it works out today. There's a channel here, like an old channel that they abandoned, that runs along these old breakwaters, and it seems like perfect spawning location. The water is a little bit dingy, but I tell you what, if you have a kayak in this area, you know, I think you should figure out where this is and come fish it. It's not hard to figure it out. I told you where I launched. I wouldn't come in a bass boat though. I almost ran into stuff in this boat coming in here. If you didn't see it didn't happen, I'll post a picture of it. If I don't catch any more fish here, I'm gonna be upset. This is a little bit of a different kind of area than I was fishing last time. This is I was in the Occoquan River last time, and that's more of a faster, deeper, slower area. I mean, faster, deeper. I said faster and slower, but faster, deeper, and cleaner area is what I was saying. This is like a really shallow creek entrance, but there's a channel dug, an old channel, and that's really what I'm fishing. Right now I'm just dragging the shaky head on the bottom, just see if anything happens there. I caught the fish on the crankbait. I think I'm about to go back to that because it's just to search for him again. And then after that, I'll try to stick to him. This actually reminds me of fishing the marina in the lake, because there's a really small channel along the breakwater, and it's hard for big boats to get in here. This spatter dock and lily pads are way more grown up here than anywhere else I've been fishing. I wonder, well, this is a really big flat, so I guess it gets warmer with the sun. And we've had a few warm days in a row since the last time I went fishing. Right now I'm just looking for anything different to cast to. There's a lot of the same. The crankbait's catching a lot of trash on the bottom here. The tide is falling hard right now. Hopefully I don't get stuck in here. Gosh. Wasting casts. I caught it on the crank, but I was fishing the shaky because I don't know. I wanted to kind of work that area a little bit longer, but I since switched back to the crank. I keep wasting casts by throwing over these freaking trees. At least I'm not getting hung up in them. Every cast. I just cast it right on top of a piling. I really don't know how to fish, so seems like I'm spooking a lot of fish off of this around here. Like there's a lot of fish that I'm spooking. So I'm gonna try to flip really quickly. Well, I'm gonna try to flip for a little while. Just in case there's some spawning fish. Oh, come on. Today is just not my day, y'all. One of my eyes popped out. The tip of the eye popped out. I'm gonna have to get that off because it's rattling on the end of my line. God damn. Let's see if I can get it out without having to retie. I just kind of set it back in there. It's aluminum guide, so I kind of set it back in there. Let's see if it stays like that. There's a big laydown coming up, so go ahead and flip around that. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for snake head. One thing that this spot isn't is out of the current. This water is moving really quickly through here. Surprisingly. Oh, jeez. What was that? Something big just splashed way up in the trees. Try to get a cast on it. You're right, Jeffrey. I need to relax and fish. I'm going to go ahead and keep pitching the crankbait. Keep pitching the crankbait. There's a lot of pilots coming up. I can't remember if the channel swings out. I'm guessing it swings out to the outside of these docks. It does seem like it's still pretty shallow here. I'm gonna go ahead and slip under this dock and then head out to the end of the docks. Stick with a really narrow channel. Now I can't find it. I'm in some really shallow water right now. Here, let me go ahead and lift the motor. find the good water stuck in the mud. I'm gonna go ahead and roll off this, paddle off this bank. Yeah, I'm really on the bottom here. I'm not. I don't know if the channel is just really silted in here, because it didn't seem like it was up on the wall, but there has to be a little bit of a channel up on the wall. I'm back in a few good inches of water now. Alright, I think this is the good water that I'm looking for. There is a channel here. I was right. The difference between the spot where I caught the fish and here, I mean, the channel was a little wider. And it was deeper. But I am spooking fish still here. I don't know if it's bass. It might just be carp and shad, but I didn't think I would make it to the end of this channel that quickly. But, you know, I came here because I thought there would be a fish, and there was a fish, so. I do have a couple more areas that I want to try in this vicinity, so I'm just going to. First, I'm going to fish this corner. But first I'll fish this corner. What do you think, Jeffrey? Should I hightail it over to the marsh? I'm just catching crap right here. All right, I'm only in like a foot of water. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. There's a lot of surface action here. This is the mouth of another creek, and the water is falling hard out. I'm gonna try something real quick because this surface action is interesting. I might at least catch a little striper or something. First, I gotta fix my rig. Alright. About to mess around with the fluke for a second. Here's where I'm headed. water is certainly cleaner in this creek. Picking up the square bill. I guess I don't have to narrate every time I do anything. Just trying to control the dead air. It's actually really deep right here. I might be a little bit crazy, but I actually have an inkling about top water right now. Like something slow, like a popper. I might as well try it, right? While I'm right here, I'm gonna do the popper for a second. Because there are stripers, and it seems like it's the perfect tide right now for stripers. So let's see. know why this thing is sinking. I might have to tie it on my other rod. Let me see real quick. So the reason I'm tying on the popper is because there are reports of people catching everything on topwater. Stripers, bass, snakeheads. To look for spots out of the current right now. There are some really huge blowups on this drift, and it just doesn't seem like, I might be just totally wrong, but it just doesn't seem like carp. And the only thing I can think of that I have to catch anything like that is swim bait. So I'm going to throw on the swim bait on a weighted hook. Just bear with me, folks. I'm doing some hoping and guessing right now. We'll get back to the regularly scheduled programming in a second. little bit of an outflow right here. This is looking like a good little area. There's a golf course over there, so I wonder if this drain always has water in it. It's like a drain off of a big flat. I'm gonna fish this thoroughly. I'm gonna fluke around here. I'm gonna throw the fluke around here. I'm gonna fish it thoroughly. It's a little bit of a deep channel coming out of like a pond area. I'm gonna fish it thoroughly with a fluke. Weightless and weedless. There's some real good movement coming out of this thing. You know what they say about catching fish on the first cast? I don't want to believe in that. This thing got real shallow on me. Keep on fishing up the creek. But the tide is pushing hard out of this thing. I just spooked something big right off that point there. I'm not spooking, I'm fishing. The weightless fluke is definitely a little bit of a confidence lure of mine. So I'm gonna stick with it. I haven't been fishing slow lately, so I'm kind of not used to it. Like, I haven't fished that slow at all this year. Like, I was fishing a drop shot last week, but in terms of actually fishing weightless, there's a little bit of forgetfulness there. This bank looks good. There's a lot of wood on it. There's spatter dock growing into the water. The other thing is, I haven't really done this kind of fishing since I've been back here. This kind of shallow water Potomac fishing. All I've been doing is like deep stuff, but I really need to do this because this is the majority of fishing in this river. Most of the places you go are going to be somewhat like this. I just spooked a whole school of some kind of bait. It's actually pretty shallow up on this bank here. I don't know, Jeffrey. It is really shallow, but there is a channel though. I also don't think shallow is necessarily bad right now. Like basically this creek, I don't know, there's current in here, but if I can find anywhere that's not in the current, it's basically just a huge spawning flat. Because, I mean, the bottom is real sandy. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. What time is it? I mean, one thing that I haven't been doing that I need to do is just pick up and run when I'm not in the right area. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna pick up and I'm gonna run down to the spot that I said I was gonna fish today. I just need to be really careful running out of here. shot. not going. I don't know. It feels like I'm not getting up on a plane, but that's probably just because it's really bumpy. These waves are just annoying. Like, they're really just not a fun ride. low tide. The water is much cleaner back in this area here. Much cleaner than other places. Big old blue catfish. You want a picture? That thing is huge, man. That thing is fat, dude. What'd he bite?
What?
What'd he bite?
A jig. In like 12 feet of water.
Man.
Do you mind taking it with your phone? You can text it to me?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
I got my hands full.
I'm sure you're slimy too.